Egypt, a land steeped in myth, grandeur, and time-worn secrets, has mesmerized explorers and scholars for centuries. Its vast deserts cradle not just the majestic pyramids and enigmatic temples, but also forgotten anomalies waiting to be rediscovered. While tourists crowd around Giza's colossal pyramids and the Sphinx, there are other places in Egypt, off the beaten path and hidden behind restricted military zones, that may conceal equally powerful mysteries. One such enigma is the mysterious staircase of Abu Raash, a little-known structure whose discovery about 15 years ago raised more questions than answers. Located just a few kilometers north of the Great Pyramid, within a desert zone long closed off for military training, this odd descending staircase carved into limestone has confounded everyone who's seen it. The staircase was brought to public attention through a few videos and scattered reports, most notably by researcher Antoine Gigal, who managed to document it visually despite the area's restricted status. It quickly drew the attention of independent researchers and mystery enthusiasts. The structure consists of hundreds of carefully hewn steps descending at a shallow angle before steepening considerably, all within a narrow and seemingly precise vertical trench. Its walls are unnervingly smooth, indicating not only human craftsmanship, but sophisticated technique. Measuring roughly 80 meters, 262 feet in length, and plunging 15 meters, 49 feet deep, the structure cuts sharply into the desert bedrock. Some steps appear regular and methodically carved, while others are rougher, suggesting multiple phases or styles of construction. The overall impression is not of a chaotic natural formation or a crude excavation, but of a deliberate and highly engineered structure. But why? And by whom? If you're fascinated by the prehistoric civilizations missing from our history books, embark on a remarkable journey with our ebook, Prehistoric Megastructures. This nearly 500-page volume is packed with images and in-depth explorations of some of the most astonishing and unexplained ancient structures ever discovered, monuments that were clearly built with advanced technology from a time long forgotten. There's a limited discount on the ebook, so make sure to click the link in the description or top pinned comment and uncover the mysteries that mainstream history refuses to acknowledge. One of the first questions anyone asks upon seeing the Abu Raash Staircase is simple: where does it lead? Descending into its depths offers few immediate answers. At the base, early explorers found nothing but rubble, trash, and, in some accounts, muddy water. Not quite the royal tomb or chamber one might expect. Still, the unusual depth, straightness, and precision of the walls have sparked theories that this may not be a mere stairwell, but rather a gateway to a forgotten underground complex. Gigal herself speculated that this could be the entry to a Serapeum-type structure, massive subterranean catacombs that housed sacred Apis bulls during Egypt's dynastic periods. Others have likened the form to ancient stepwells seen in India, where such descending stairs were used to access groundwater across the seasons. The notion isn't far-fetched. Egypt, too, relied on water management and could have implemented similar structures. But the intrigue deepens with the suggestion that the orientation of the staircase aligns with the sacred city of Sais, an ancient capital associated with mystery schools and esoteric knowledge. Could the Abu Raash structure be more than utilitarian, a spiritual or symbolic descent? Of course, there's a more prosaic explanation. Local guides and some archaeologists suggest that the staircase is simply a Roman well designed for functional access to groundwater. Egypt was occupied by the Romans after 30 BCE, and they were known for constructing deep wells and aqueducts across the empire, including in Egypt. The uniform tool marks on the walls, visible in some video footage, may suggest Roman chiseling, and the lack of inscriptions or decoration often seen in older Egyptian tombs lends support to this theory. However, there are several problems with that interpretation. Gigal, a seasoned traveler who had seen many Roman wells in Italy, Spain, and Egypt, noted this structure seemed fundamentally different. For one, the depth, alignment, and effort involved in the excavation suggest a more complex purpose than simple water collection. Also, the presence of cut-out footholds in a shaft near the staircase implies that manual descent into deeper areas may have been necessary, possibly leading to deeper chambers not yet discovered or not yet revealed. Abu Raash itself is no ordinary patch of desert. It is home to the ruined pyramid of Djedefre and considered by some to be older than the Giza pyramids. Although most of Djedefre's pyramid is now gone, said to have been quarried for stone by the Romans, its original grandeur is evident in the remaining foundation blocks and layout. Moreover, First Dynasty tombs have been located within 1.5 kilometers to the northeast, along with funerary boats, mud brick mastabas, and early dynastic burial sites dating back over 5,000 years. These are not speculative claims. They are confirmed by Egyptologists and included in academic reports. So what is a Roman well doing in the heart of such an ancient necropolis? Or is the Roman attribution merely a convenient label for something far older and poorly understood? One of the most compelling aspects of the staircase mystery is its location within a restricted military zone. This limited access has prevented serious excavation or documentation. Why, in a country that thrives on tourism and whose antiquities are internationally renowned, would such a potentially significant find be left ignored, unsecured, and unresearched? Some independent researchers claim that the military zones in this region may be hiding numerous unexplored shafts, chambers, and underground networks, remnants of Egypt's true ancient infrastructure, still buried beneath millennia of desert sand. Indeed, satellite imagery and drone footage show other square pits and carved structures near the staircase, many of which exhibit features suggestive of shafts or sealed tombs. Their precision and layout suggests they are not random cuts or modern disturbances. The theory of an advanced pre-dynastic civilization in Egypt has long been a subject of debate, with proponents pointing to anomalies like the Osirian at Abydos, the Serapeum of Saqqara, and megalithic remains at Giza itself. If the Abu Raash Staircase were found to connect to such a network, it would add powerful evidence to these claims. Just 12 kilometers south of Abu Raash lies another enigmatic site, Zad El Aryan, home to the so-called unfinished pyramid and a sealed subterranean structure known as the Layer Pyramid. Like the staircase at Abu Raash, Zad El Aryan is located within a restricted military zone, inaccessible to the public and largely unexcavated. Both sites exhibit deep descents carved into the bedrock, with Zad El Aryan housing a mysterious T-shaped shaft containing an enormous polished sarcophagus basin made from rose granite, one that appears far too advanced for its supposed time. The parallels between these two locations, their proximity, secrecy, precision engineering, and unexplored subterranean features raise the compelling possibility that they are part of a larger, connected underground network, remnants of a forgotten phase of pre-dynastic or even pre-Egyptian civilization. Recent footage from an anonymous independent researcher revisiting the Abu Raash Staircase reveals a few additional details. The walls remain sharp and smooth, showing little evidence of erosion, suggesting either that the structure is not ancient or that it was buried in sand for most of its existence. In fact, satellite imagery from as recently as 2003 shows the staircase was still covered by dunes. Its emergence is very recent, supporting the theory that it was deliberately hidden or simply forgotten. The presence of a large block across the top, possibly part of a former roof or ceiling structure, further complicates interpretation. Was it once a sealed entry to an underground complex, concealed from plain sight? Or was it merely a cover for a water shaft like those seen in stepwells or utility access points? What's striking is that no known archaeological report exists on this structure, no peer-reviewed study, and no official acknowledgement from Egypt's antiquities authorities. In a land where nearly every stone has been catalogued, that absence is, in itself, extraordinary. The safest conclusion, based on physical evidence, is that the staircase may indeed be a Roman-era water access shaft, perhaps part of a larger and more sophisticated infrastructure. Yet, that explanation feels incomplete. The structure is far larger and more ornate than needed for a simple well. Its orientation, its position near ancient burial grounds, and the mystery surrounding its suppression all suggest there is more beneath the surface, literally and figuratively. Could this be the entrance to a vast subterranean tomb? Could this be a forgotten legacy of the earliest dynasties? Or even a pre-dynastic civilization long buried beneath official history? As it stands, the Abu Raash Staircase remains one of Egypt's most intriguing unsolved puzzles, a carved descent into the unknown, beckoning curious minds to question, to explore, and perhaps one day to understand. Until that day comes, it stands alone in the open desert, silent, deep, and hidden in plain sight.